Hey guys, what's going on? Lost TACOMA here. I wanted to do a daily video and just kind of talk to you guys about what we do, what got us to where we're at, and what our future plans are. So, about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago to the day, we had an apartment, I had a motorcycle, we had a new car, and comfortable life, I guess some would say. My girlfriend went back and forth to work every day. I'm disabled military, so I don't have to, go back and forth to work every day, which is obviously a blessing. But we got to that point where we felt like we were just living to work. Like we weren't having a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of material things around us, like, big TVs and nice furniture and all those things. But we got to the point where we felt like we weren't really living and doing anything other than just, it was just monotonous for both of us. And based on what I've done in my life and my background, that makes me just feel that makes me feel more stressed and more pressure. And I didn't think that was worth it for me. So me and my girlfriend decided to get rid of our apartment. So we sold everything, TVs, couches, little stuff like that, stuff that we didn't have any sentimental value to. We sold all that on Craigslist and Facebook, and we bought our Tacoma, and then I think about a month after buying it, we built us a box for the bed to carry all our belongings. Kind of like a set of storage drawers, but we just built kind of a cheap one in the garage. Actually, out of some leftover wood we had in the garage, it cost us probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks. And we had a bed rack, and that was it. So we had a bed rack and that, and we had, a decent camping setup as far as like a ground tent and a little Coleman stove and things like that. So, and mind you, my girlfriend's just a regular girl, and she's never done a lot of camping. She's never done a lot of outdoor stuff, and neither have I really. I spent a lot of time in the military, obviously, so being outside and being in the dark and the cold and stuff really doesn't bother me that much. So we decided to do that. We put all our stuff in a storage room, and we took off. We headed to Florida because I had lived in Florida before, and I knew it was warm down there, and she had never lived in Florida. So she transferred her part-time job to Florida. So we left the first night, and the first night was really miserable, sleeping in a ground tent. We stopped somewhere in South Carolina in one of the national forests with really no experience doing that. We just stopped and pulled over and said, this looks like a good spot. We got back in the woods and threw our tent up to take a nap and sleep. And that first night was miserable. I think it was like about 30. It was about as cold as it is now. It was about 30 degrees. And it was just miserable. It was wet. It was cold. We didn't sleep very well on the ground. We didn't have an air mattress this time. We just had like a sleeping pad, kind of like just an overnight camping pad. So it was really miserable for both of us. Neither one of us really slept that well. So we woke up that next morning on our way to Florida to continue. About 3/4 of the way down to Florida was about the time we got our tax return back. So we called up a company called Get Lost Overlanding. They are I believe they're out of Lower Georgia, Valdosta area, I believe, or Upper Florida. Either way, great guys. I emailed back and forth with them about getting some equipment that day, and a couple days later, they dropped off some equipment for us in a parking lot, truck stop parking lot. So they dropped off a set of traction boards, a high lift jack, a rooftop tent, an ARB awning, and we bolted all that stuff right up in a truck stop parking lot. We were out there till probably midnight, bolting all that stuff onto the truck. So that was like how we got our first initial amount of gear, and then we got to Florida, and we camped in Florida for about 4 months. Mostly we did some national forest. My girlfriend did have a job at the time also, so we had to be conscious of that. So we did some national forest. We did a lot of the campgrounds in Florida, Central Florida area. There's some really, really nice campgrounds that are fairly priced. So we did a lot of that. We got a membership when we left at LA Fitness, so we had a place to shower because we weren't really sure about what the shower situation was going to be. So we got a membership at LA Fitness, so we knew we'd always have a shower whatever city we're in. And we both like to work out and stay healthy and compete in weightlifting and powerlifting. So we need a place to at least maintain a level of fitness like that. So that worked out really well. Every city really we went to had 2 or 3 LA Fitnesses. So, basically she would come home from work, we'd go to the gym, Sorry, my warning light came up there. We'd go to the gym and work out, shower, and then just go find a place to sleep. And we spent a few nights sleeping in parking lots because the gates were closed at the national parks or at the local campgrounds. Spent a few nights at the rest area, but overall, it's not that bad. Overall, I think a lot of people get a misconception that, oh my gosh, you live in your truck, it must be miserable. You don't have anywhere to sleep. You don't have anywhere to go to the bathroom. You don't have anywhere, where do you wash your clothes, all those things. But I think what you learn is if you just go do it, you just adapt to it. You just figure it out along the way. So anyway, that's what we did. And we spent a few months down there, and we decided we want to come back to North Carolina. We were planning a trip to Alaska middle of this year. So we decided to come back to North Carolina where my family was, to kind of do a reset, do some more things to our truck, and kind of get ready for that trip. Well, we didn't realize that kind of all the campgrounds closed in North Carolina around the time we got back, especially in the area we're in, all the state parks. I guess they closed because of the weather. Well, we didn't kind of realize that. So since we've been back, we've kind of been spending most of our time in the national forest, which means basically just primitive camping. Now I do have 12 volt in the truck. I do have a power inverter. We do have we're using a ground tent now because the rooftop tent's just a lot to set it up every day. Open it and close it, open and close it. When you're talking about living in the vehicle, it would be different if we were traveling on our trip, but since we're kind of staying in one spot, we just got a really big, nice ground tent. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. It's been really, really cold. We've had snow a couple times since we've been here, and we started out with no heater, and then we went to a small Mr. Buddy heater, which is a small one, like heater that runs off like a 1 pound propane tank, and it's about this big. So we went with that for a couple months, and that was pretty good. It's been down in the teens every night, and normally we'll just run our heater a little bit before we go to bed, and we cover up with a fleece blanket and 2 sleeping bags on top of us, and it's cold. It's for sure cold out, but it's not miserable, that's for sure. It could be a lot worse. It could always be a lot worse. And I think that's what this trip what we've done so far has taught us, that the things that you take for granted every day, you can live without those. You can live without washing your clothes every single day. You can live without, taking 3 showers a day, or, going out to eat every day, or putting your feet up on your fancy couch and watching your big ass TV. All those things you can live without and be probably a better person at the end of it without it. I will say for me that we've definitely learned, we definitely eat better because we cook all our food now, and we kind of eat out of containers. So we're definitely eating better. Our sleep schedule is definitely better because we're not distracted by a bunch of miscellaneous stuff going on, whether it's TV shows or people coming over or parties or anything like that. So that definitely helps. Our gym schedule is definitely a little more serious. I will say that the only thing I could say as far as like comfort wise is sleeping on an air mattress isn't the most comfortable thing. We do have a good air mattress, so that helps, but anybody looking to do long-term traveling in their vehicle, I would probably recommend having, some kind of hard bed. Like, if you're going to do it in a van, you can obviously have a hard bed. We don't have that option with a truck, so we need our bed space, so we couldn't really make a bed back there. So that's about the only thing I feel like that can wear on you a little bit. But to be honest, it's been a year now, and me and my girlfriend both compete in weightlifting and compete in powerlifting, and lift at a pretty high level, and it hasn't bothered us at all. We're still able to recover. We're still able to wake up in the morning and not have any issues or be any more sore than we ever were before. So I don't think that would be that's a problem for us. So looking forward through this year, I think we're still planning a trip to Alaska. We may be selling the truck really soon just to free up some extra money, because we still have our car. We always wanted to keep our new car. That way we always had reliable transportation no matter what happened. If the truck broke down, or God forbid an accident happened off-road, or we do push the truck pretty hard. So we wanted to keep our car. So we're going to, I think, sell the truck in order to free up some money. And we're going to replace it with something, possibly a newer Jeep, like a Grand Cherokee, or maybe an older 4Runner. I'm not really sure. So maybe something like a Land Cruiser or something without a payment on it. Either way, we're planning on replacing that so we can have a little more financial freedom overall. Our goals are, we definitely want to go to Alaska, obviously. That's obviously been our original trip. We definitely want to go down through Baja and get in Argentina and some of those other Peru, some of those other countries down there. So, stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for, future updates on what we're doing. I think as of right now, April, we're heading to Utah. My girlfriend has a weightlifting competition, so our plan is when we go to Utah, we're just gonna, since we're already gonna be out there, we're just gonna hop ourselves up to Alaska. And if we get rid of the vehicle and we don't have another vehicle by then for that kind of trip, I've spoken to a couple vehicle rental companies, and we might, rent something so we can spend some time out in Moab and at least enjoy being out west for that trip and not just make it about weightlifting. The original plan was to go out there and then go to Alaska and then come back down, hit the Trans-American Trail, and come back to the East Coast. But we're not really sure where we want to live after the weightlifting meet, after April. So we haven't decided kind of what we're going to do. We have an option. We can go get an apartment if we want here, but we're really not sure what we're going to do with that. So as of right now, we're just kind of on the fence about whether we're going to come back or if we're going to stay out west for a little while, or if we're going to, maybe go head down into Baja after Alaska. We don't know yet. Those things are up in the air. So either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just kind of a look into what we're doing and, what our plans are and how it feels to live on the road. I think I'm going to have my girlfriend do one, maybe like a top 5 video of things that she has to put up with, or things she had to change as a girl, as a woman, to live outside, to live in a tent, to live in a truck, and, things that bother her and things that, that are okay for her. So either way, that's the, that's the plan for the future, and the videos will keep coming, obviously. And, I'm not doing it for make a big, huge YouTube channel or make any kind of, any kind of money or anything like that off of it. I just like to do it. It's just fun for me to make videos, and get better at it. It's something that doesn't take a whole lot of like physical strain, but it's, it's kind of a mental thing about, sitting down and editing and learning a new program. And so that's why I really enjoy it, because it's something new and fun to me. So either way, you can see the Tacoma in the background. Everything's good on it. It is a little squeaky up front because I think I need to grease my upper control arm. So she's a little squeaky when I ride down the road. And also my rock sliders are, the guy that welded them didn't do a super great job and didn't finish them. So a couple spots are, I think the welds have came broken loose, or they weren't welded completely, and they're hitting the pinch rail. So the frame, the pinch rail on the frame, and they vibrate and they touch that, and it makes a horrible rattling sound driving down the road. Anything other than flat road, it just sounds like it's gonna shake apart. So I've got to figure out how to get that fixed. And they're welded frame, so I may just cut them off and buy some new ones or get them rewelded. Not really sure about that. If anybody has an idea about that, let me know. So anyway, please subscribe to the channel. Not because I want a bunch of subscribers, just so you can get what's coming new to you, what we do on the daily basis. And we'll have some more daily edition videos coming, and some more dyno videos. So if you've seen our dyno videos, that's just something that we do for fun, that we were messing around with one day. And we just said, hey, let's buy some little rubber dinosaurs and make some videos. And if you haven't seen those, go check our YouTube channel out. They'll be on there. And yeah, leave comments about what you'd like to see, or what you want to see more of, or, what might interest you guys, and I'll gladly just make videos about it, because I don't have any reason not to. So until then, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, comment, follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Thanks.